Any items on today's agenda that give rise to a conflict of interest? I see none, so that'll be so noted. Motion to adopt the agenda. Just for clarification, there is no item 3.1, so just strike that. But other than that, move the agenda with the deletion of 3.1. Councillor Simpson, all in favor? Okay. And then we have item 7.1, council calendar and meeting dates, 2021. So I was just wondering about the feasibility of if we, since Christmas break and whatnot, if it be wisdom in just having the one meeting in January on, say, the 18th. But that would be the only, I don't know, whatever you think. Because you come back from Christmas break and then all of a sudden you have two meetings and then they're, you know, it's really tough to get everything caught up for the February meeting and that. But. Well, we have that for summer break as well, I guess. It doesn't matter to me. That was just a note I had. So the Councillor Chapman, when you moved the calendar as amended for just the one meeting in January for January 18th. Okay, we have that motion by Councillor Chapman. Any discussion? Call the question, all in favor? Okay. And, okay. Council committee and board appointments. Oh boy, that's not loading. Kevin?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. With respect to the staff report accompanying 7.2, the assignment for the by Ms. Campus from the Coaldale Pet Clinic to establish the Animal Welfare and Management Committee. My recommendation would just be to table the decision on that matter until Council decides which course of direction and service level to go with the Public Safety Department. In my view, the two may go hand in hand depending on the level of service and resources that you ultimately decide on. So I just wanted to point that out because it was included as part of this agenda item. Okay.
So maybe a motion to table that special committee if that's appropriate to kick things off. Councillor Simpson, did you?
I agree with that. Thank you, Worship. But I was just going to say, because I'm stepping down as deputy mayor, so if you look at the stuff that was on there before that, mayors and Reeve would be off. So I don't know for the for meetings in the future for organizational that maybe we do the deputy mayor appointment prior to this so that that's clarified.
Okay, well we can, with your permission, we could go and launch into the deputy mayor appointment then. Okay, okay, okay. Councillor Chapman moves to table the proposed committee. All in favor? Okay. That's carried unanimously. Okay, okay, and then we'll go to the deputy mayor appointment 7.3. Is there any nominations for deputy chair? Councillor Lloyd?
Thank you, Your Worship. I would like to nominate Councillor Bill Chapman, please, for deputy mayor.
Okay. You accept the nomination?
Originally,
So
no.
now, how do you feel about that now then? So do you accept or not?
Well, my thoughts were to appoint Councillor Lloyd, being that everyone at this table has had an opportunity to be deputy mayor at least once, and I've been a deputy mayor several times before. So that was my position.
So, do you accept the nomination? Is yes or no?
No, I guess so, yeah.
You accept? Okay. Councillor Avery?
Can Caitlin clarify to me in the bylaw, if I wanted to run for mayor next term, I couldn't be deputy mayor this term? That's correct, this last year?
No, I think the bylaw says you have to step down once you declare that you're gonna run, right?
That would be my suspicion. If you wish to call a quick recess, I could go look up the exact provision, but until someone actually declares and files, there is no mayoral candidates, and under the Municipal Government Act, the soonest that can occur is in January, for the Local Authorities Act. So in your hypothetical scenario, there wouldn't be a conflict unless or until you decided to declare your candidacy as mayor. In that case, then a reappointment would have to occur to ensure that you're consistent with your own procedural bylaw. But I'm 90% certain that's the case. I'd have to go and caucus quickly just to look at the exact provision.
If you could, because I thought we did change our bylaw last term to stop any campaigning during our time as deputy mayor.
I put $50 on my answer that as soon as you declare you're gonna run, then you have to step down, but Caitlin can just make sure that the wager is legitimately paid out. Pardon me?
Okay, I found a section in the procedural bylaw under section 8 under deputy mayor and acting mayor. All it states here in this particular section is that the council, at its organizational meeting after election, shall determine a yearly schedule for deputy mayor, whereby each councillor will cast a vote by secret ballot to determine the deputy mayor until the next organizational meeting. Subsection 8.2, council may at any time appoint one of its members to be an acting mayor in the absence of or inability of the mayor and the deputy mayor to act. I don't see in the deputy mayor subheading of this bylaw the particular restriction. I know exactly what Councillor Avery is talking about though, but I just in my quick glance here, I didn't see it in any of the sections, but I do think there is something of that nature that exists, and I'm wondering if it's in a different section or a different bylaw. seems like an ideal place for that notation to be, but. Further to the discussion, I guess one way to look at it is that, you know, in your hypothetical, Councillor Avery, sometimes people have a change of mind, and at some point in March or April, the thought creeps in to run for mayor. Like, as long as there isn't an official candidacy declared, it's almost difficult to enforce such a provision until someone actually makes it known or signs papers, because everybody has the right, even if you don't intend to run for mayor today and you become deputy, but then in 3-4 months, sometime into 2021, you change your mind and decide to run for mayor. The procedural step would simply just be to have to step down from that role, just to avoid the politicization concern I think that you're referencing.
Change where you can start campaigning in January of the election year.
That's correct.
Yeah, so it would, you know, if we're setting our organizational meeting in October, you can start campaigning in 8 weeks from now. Like I said, I just thought we changed something in one of our bylaws, but that's fine, we can proceed.
Pardon me? No, you gotta have clarity first. Okay. Okay, so what? Proceed? Okay. So we have one nomination for deputy mayor. I'll call for nominations a second time. Councillor Chapman? Do you accept the nomination? Okay. I'll call. Okay, and I'll call for nominations a third time. I would entertain a motion to cease nominations for deputy mayor. Councillor Simpson moves. All in favor? Okay, congratulations. You want to swear or affirm? Raise your right hand. Pleasure to swear you in. I, Bill Chapman. Swear that I will diligently. Faithfully and to the best of my ability. Execute according to the law of the office of deputy mayor. For the town of Coaldale. For the term of October 26, 2020 to October 17, 2021. So help me God. Yay.
Through the chair, I was just caucusing with Lana, our legislative coordinator, and item 7.5 is rather daunting and long. And given the time, council may want to consider tabling the proposed amendments to the council procedural bylaw to the next council meeting. There's nothing in here that indicates that it has to be done as part of the organizational meeting. It was just kind of a useful time to do it, given that we are talking about the organization. But it is a bylaw that council has the full authority to review and amend at any other duly enacted council meeting. So if time is a concern for council, item 7.5 is something you could table to another meeting.
All right. Councillor Lloyd?
Make a motion to table that, please.
Sure. Okay, a motion has been made, made to table 7.5. All in favor? We're just going all over the place here, so yeah. Okay, back to 7.2. Okay, assignment of council committee, so just speak up to the committees that need to be changed, I guess, we'll assume everybody's being put back into the same committee unless somebody else says. So I hear Councillor Holm needs to be off FCSS, or no, not Community Futures.
That's correct, Mr. Mayor. There's a conflict in the timing of the meeting between Community Futures and Green Acres Foundation each month, and so if it pleases you, I'd like to step off of the Community Futures and have somebody else assigned to that committee.
Okay. Do we have any volunteers for Community Futures? Councillor Lloyd, okay, thank you. Okay,
There's the Community Safety Committee, I believe, is no longer. So that should be off. And then I'll gratefully give the Mayor and Reeves of Southwest Alberta to Mr. Councillor Chapman.
wherever it reads, the Deputy Mayor, Mr. Chapman will be there.
Information as well, we are no longer members of Canadian Badlands, so I think for both Councillor Avery and myself, that takes us off that appointment.
What about Orsk? Are we done with that, or is there some meetings until the end of this year? How does Orsk go?
Well,
Let me try that again. After the COVID, they've shut down, like we haven't had anything going at all.
So with Coaldale terminating our membership, do we have any right seat at the table anymore, or not?
I don't believe so. The contract expires, I believe, the first week of January, first or second week of January 2021, because a one-year notice had to be given, and council would have made the resolution to provide that notice at the December council meeting of 19, and the letter informing them of that was delivered to them by January to get that one-year clock started. So that won't be a committee past 2021. So my suggestion is just to keep who you have for the remainder of the calendar year.
Okay. No sense deleting it right now then. Okay. Any other committees that otherwise, so what I'm hearing is everybody's good for letting their name stand on the current roster then? Councillor Holm?
It says recorded,
Okay.
being that Lana's got them all.
Lana?
That the only changes from Community Futures from Councillor Holm to Councillor Lloyd, and Mayors and Reeves, Deputy Mayor, to from Councillor Simpson to Councillor Chapman, and to let the membership run out for Orsk with Councillor Pauls.
And Canadian Badlands is not applicable if it's on there, but I don't see it. Okay.
Committee.
All right, so Councillor Holm moved appointments as notated. All in favor? And 11.1, the approved organizational meeting minutes of October 28, 2019. Any errors, deletions, or corrections? If not, Councillor Holm moves those as circulated. All in favor?
It was just an information item. Is
Okay.
it just moved for information?
Okay, that's what he did, right? Yeah, thank you. Okay, and then we're in, that's the public portion, I believe, so a motion to go into closed session.
So move.
Well, Counselor Avery gets one, he was the silent, all in favor? Okay, Counselor Avery, thank you, and, there we go.